native of Argentina. How does a person from Argentina end up in Northwest Ohio? It's a great question. She met her wonderful husband, Dr. Francisco Cabanillas, at the University of Connecticut. And then he came to Bowling Green to finish his studies. So that is how Beatriz comes to us via Argentina. She has dedicated her life to advocating for immigrants, the marginalized, and people of color. So what makes Beatriz unique is that she does whatever it takes to get it done. I know a few people like this. Her local advocacy began decades ago when she worked for FLOC, the Farm Labor Organizing Committee. Many of you know that organization. During the more than 20 years she spent with FLOC, she did everything. Okay, from visiting agricultural labor camps to meeting with and educating migrant farm workers about their labor rights and helping them enroll in unions, to facilitating communications between workers and growers, assisting with contract negotiations, writing grants, overseeing the Center for Migrant Justice campaign, recruiting volunteers, coordinating their work, and even doing some office work, all right? So I remember seeing Beatriz in the FLOC office, and her son at the time was just a small boy. He'd be running around and she'd be trying to do her work. Now he is a teacher in Houston and good things have happened. But I remember her son and her husband coming to the many marches that she would come with. It was a family affair. So Beatriz's community advocacy expanded when she founded La Conexión in 2013 in Bowling Green, Ohio. La Conexión is a nonprofit community organization comprised of Latinx residents of Northwest Ohio who come together to bring unity, voice, representation, and who advance the rights of the growing Latinx community in this area. As the leader of La Conexión, Beatriz has spoken out against deportations of residents. She was front and center in holding Bowling Green police accountable when there was a racist attack on 2 teens of color at the Waffle House in Bowling Green. And she has consistently spoken out against the hateful rhetoric used by many politicians, not anybody here, about immigrants. Beatriz organized rallies in the Worcester Green in support of DACA. DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, people who came here, their parents brought them here, right? Also known as Dreamers. It was ready to expire in 2017. She was tired of politicians using children as political footballs. When 2 teenagers of color were physically attacked and called racist slurs at the Waffle House in Bowling Green, she stood by the young men. Community meetings were held with preventative measures to keep similar incidents from happening in Bowling Green again. She worked with the BG Police to develop new training for employees of late-night establishments to prevent further incidents of discrimination. Beatriz was instrumental this past June with Bowling Green City Council's expansion of its anti-discrimination laws in response to the Waffle House incident. In 2020, the COVID pandemic came around, right? And La Conexión was awarded a grant for agricultural workers. Beatriz pointed out that many farm workers had no health insurance and lived in crowded conditions. So funding was used to provide emergency assistance to these workers. Last September, she met with area economic development officials to talk about the labor shortage. How can we use migrant farm workers, immigrants, to address the labor shortage? And never wanted to slow down, because that wasn't enough. In 2019, she was instrumental in forming the Northwest Ohio Immigrant Rights Network. So those are a great group of advocates and allies who come together, again, to build humane, just, inclusive, safe, and equitable welcome communities for all. Known for her collaborative approach, Beatriz has created community partnerships with Wood County District Public Library, local churches, the hospitals, health department, sheriff, and prosecutor's office. She has collaborated with BGSU, the Cocoon, Brown Bag Project, and she has also worked with city officials, police division, and the school district. Last year, Beatriz was recognized as the Bowling Green Female Citizen of the Year. Beatriz was also presented the Spirit of Wood County Award for her wonderful work. And in January of this year, she was presented with the Drum Major for Peace Award by the Bowling Green Human Relations Commission. This award is given to citizens who exemplify the teachings and the values of Dr. Martin Luther King. In case we forgot, courage, truth, justice, compassion, dignity, humility, and service. She is a leader, she is a thinker, she is a helper, she is a doer, she is a dreamer. And these beautiful words were given by her friend Linda Lander, a fellow immigrant advocate in Bowling Green. I couldn't agree with Linda more. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Beatriz Maya.